I'm going to start the closed guard. I'm going to go ahead and control sleeves or sleeve and collar when he stands. Either way, I'm going to want a collar grip once he stands up. I like both sleeves because then I can choose which side. But if you know what side, you can grab the collar too. Collar's better for keeping posture. So as soon as he stands, I'm going to go to my open guard, and like I said, I'm going to go to a collar grip. Okay. On the side that I have the collar grip, that foot's going to hook the knee, and on the other side, I'm going to hook his ankle. Okay. And from here, my foot's going to the mat. And again, we're going to review the one that we've been doing. So once I'm here, I'm going to reverse hip escape underneath, and this arm I'm going to bring over my head, which should bring his ankle right up to my shoulder. So I'm here, and I'm bringing this over, and as I did that, I'm pulling down on his collar to bring his hands to the mat. Okay. So since I came into my X guard, his leg is up on my neck, between my neck and my shoulder, and I want to pinch it there. My left foot is behind his knee, and my right foot hooks up over his hip. Okay. Once I get to this position underneath, and notice I'm flat on my back. I don't want to be sideways like this. When you do X guard, you want to be flat. Okay. From here, I'm going to switch to his sleeve. I'm going to pull his sleeve to me, and then I'm going to extend, collapsing his knee. As he falls, I'm going to come up to knee on belly. Here. Standing, I'm going to my open guard. I'm controlling the collar, hooking the knee and hooking his ankle. Reverse hip escape underneath, bringing his ankle to your neck. Here, my arm goes straight over. And then I shrug to keep it by my neck. I'm applying pressure on the lapel to get his hands to the mat. I'm going to switch from the lapel to a sleeve and extend. I pull the foot out from behind his knee to come up to knee on belly.
Still holding onto the hand. Got it.
So we're going to get the same entry here, except this time he's going to keep a little more balance and he's not going to let me drag his hands to the ground. So I'm going collar and I'm pulling on it, but he's kind of squats more, that's fine. So I scoot underneath. Again, I saw some of you guys on this part having a hard time getting this up on your shoulder. The trick for me is to not keep my elbow bent. It tends to get caught on your bicep. Look at, if I straighten my arm and I start bringing my straight arm over my head, his leg's gonna end up in the right place. If I keep my elbow bent, it can kind of get stuck in that mid. It's hard to get it up to your shoulder. So I go here, I make my arm straight, and as I scoot underneath, I just keep bringing this arm over. And now that's exactly where I want it. Now I shrug my shoulder and hook with my head, and I'm gonna grab his knee, and I like to try to turn his knee out if I can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend, and again, like I said, I'm trying to shift his weight to this leg, right? And so I have to crunch to take this foot off the mat a little bit. Now he's going to compensate by trying to bring his weight back, and that's usually when we did the sweep, we did the last time where we grabbed the ankle. So this time though, if he doesn't compensate, so I push here and he stays here, now this leg is light. So now I'm going to take both hands, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to bring it all the way over, and I'm going to bring it far enough that this knee can slide behind me. I'm going to either grab the skirt, the belt, or the back of the pants. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my knees into my chest, keeping my toes hooked, and I'm going to sit him on my shins. So I'm making him sit on my shins. Once he's on my shins, the trick to kicking his legs out, sometimes if they're heavy, just kicking with your legs is hard work. The trick is not to kick with your legs. The trick is to crunch and then roll backwards. I didn't even lift him with my legs. Now that he's here, I'm going to roll forward and stretch my legs at the same time. Okay. Now I'm behind him. I'm going to get my back with hooks. So same thing, collar, knee. Even if his hands go to the mat, that's fine. Boom, I'm going to get up here. Yeah, he's going to stand up afterwards, okay? So I'm here and I'm shrugging. I got that here. Again, I'm going to transition his weight. Right now his weight is even. The way I transition is I extend my leg slightly, but I crunch at the same time. So here, if his weight doesn't come over, I'm going to bring this up and over. Once it's here, this one goes behind his knee, this one goes behind his knee, and I'm going to grab either his skirt, his belt, or his pants, and I'm going to pull him so he sits on my shins. Now I roll backwards on my back, roll forward and extend. Seat belt, hooks. When I get to X guard, get up under here. Typically, or a lot of times, people are going to try to engage, try to look, get their grips, and basically they're engaging by turning in. Okay? Now, occasionally, they will try to escape by pulling this leg and turning their back. So the minute they do that, I keep my X guard engaged and I catch behind the knee here. Now, from here, I like to keep my X guard engaged, and I'm going to teach you a submission that none of you can do except for Chris. Brown belt submission here, we go for a toe hold. So once I have him here, as long as I keep my X guard engaged, it's hard for him to attack my feet back. All I'm going to do is I'm going to switch, and I'm going to grab his toes. This one goes here. See how I keep the X guard engaged? I want this up by his heel, my arm close to his heel, this hand grabbing at his toes, and I grab my own wrist. I'm going to push his toes to his butt, and I'm going to flare my elbow at the same time. Okay? And as long as I keep my feet engaged here, I'm okay. If I get lazy here with my legs, he can start attacking my feet back again, possibly knee bars and things like that. Yeah. Oh. So here, my foot goes behind the knee. I'm coming underneath here. He starts to run. I'm collapsing here. I keep my, as long as I keep my X guard engaged. To answer your question though, if he starts to run away and you're not allowed to do a toe hold, I can let my X guard go, even give him a little push, and then I can come here. Then I can go to his back. So he's turning, catching here. Again, I'm collapsing his knee to my belly, and then this one's going to come over, and this one goes to his toes. And it's hard for them to run away as long as I keep my toes curled here and I have control to hold myself connected. I've had people try to run away and I can actually be pulled by my X guard.